What is up, guys? My name is Luis Perez, and we have,
Jacob Rodriguez here.
guys, this is episode number 4, and we're still on a streak.
There you go.
On
We're
a
not
four-snap.
stopping. We're not stopping anytime soon. We got to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Our goal is to make consistent podcasts up until January. Yeah, that's one of our goals.
A little
but
bit past
yeah,
that.
we're going to
Yeah.
be past it, but that's our
Yeah.
goal right now. It's weekly, too, so if you guys are tuning in every single week, every single Monday, there's going to be a podcast. We're filming on Tuesdays. And before we begin the podcast, today, I quickly want to talk about what we're going to be talking about. And the name of the podcast, the title for the podcast is The Art of Dreaming Big. So not being afraid to dream, because a lot of people have very big dreams and they think it's not possible to achieve.
Or even having no dreams and,
Yeah.
and you know, not knowing where to start with yourself.
Don't they call this, damn, this is going to be tough. Don't flame me. Don't they call these people like the bots? They're living on autopilot, just on
NPCs?
NPCs. They're not
NPCs,
really
yeah.
thinking like outside the box. They're really just letting somebody control them like a puppet.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, though. I mean, a lot of people don't surround themselves with ambitious people. And so maybe they might be ambitious themselves and don't
Yeah.
know where to start exactly.
Bro, this is why we're podcasting, bro. This is why we're focused. We want to reach out to these people, and we want to inspire them and motivate them to do better, to do something better with your life. There's so many things that you can do out here. You just dream and get to work, guys. That's all it takes. But
Exactly.
before we really dive into it, I quickly want to address the comments that we got for our video. We got like 30 comments.
Yeah. Total 2 comments.
Yo, listen, guys. We don't have a lot of comments, but we will always be addressing comments the first thing in the podcast. So we value your comments. Like, it motivates us, and we're going to show you by
Responding to them.
Responding to
and it gives
them
us topic
first.
points as well, you know.
Yeah, of course.
It's great to see that, you know, our audience has questions about what we talk
Yeah.
about, and, you know, this is a great example
yeah,
right here.
absolutely. And we're doing this for you guys. So
And for
we-
us, right, for us.
Yeah. So we got Daniel G. We got a YouTube comment. Daniel G. C1I. Where'd you get that name? Who knows? Yo, fun fact. He just created this account
That's dope.
like that same day that he commented. So who knows? He probably, I don't know who he is. Shout out to Daniel though.
Yeah.
He says, "I like your videos. Can you talk about how do you see an opportunity and how can you grasp it sometimes? There are opportunities out there that I feel that I can take advantage of, but I don't know how to do about it."
That's a great question.
That is a great question. And a
Great
lot of people, bro, you don't even know how many opportunities a lot of people let by slide. And we were one of those, and they're probably still sliding, but the more woke you are, the more you're able to see them.
And I mean, there are a bunch of opportunities at your disposal, no, but at the same time, you have to create your own opportunities. That's one of the greatest things that I've learned in life, is that you can't wait for opportunities to come to you. You have to create those opportunities for you.
Absolutely.
And then when they arrive, you have to take full advantage of them. And so, I mean, it's just kind of like what you do to create those opportunities.
For
per se.
example, you
Yeah.
build a business, you hustle your ass off, you get to work, you go day by day. The more you work on it, the more people are going to see it, the more opportunity you're creating for yourself because you're putting yourself out there. You're reaching new other people. When they see you, that's your opportunity. You created your own opportunity by starting that business and attracting those types of people.
Or even on a smaller scale, you could say about about networking. Networking is a great example of opening up opportunities for yourself. Per se, if you're an introverted person, push yourself to be more extroverted.
Oh, absolutely.
And
You
that,
really-
that will open up your doors to so many options
Yeah.
and opportunities. Per se, I had this great opportunity. So as of this last 4 or 5 years, before in my younger life, I was much more introverted. I don't know if you know that, but I didn't like to talk to anybody. I was really in my own hole, in my own circle, and that's it. And I always thought, oh, if I don't need to know any more people. I'm fine with the people that I know.
Okay.
And that's the worst mistake you could have. The best thing you could do is meeting as much people as you can, as many people as you can, and kind of getting to know them. I had a great opportunity show up for me. I speak with my vendors. I speak with the people I do business with. And so I was invited to go play golf. So I went and played golf for the first time. You know, a Mexican guy playing golf, it doesn't add up, you know? But I went and played golf. And I played golf. I had the great opportunity of playing golf with the president and vice president of my food. What's it called? PFG. PFG is the name of the company. But
The
they give me
distributor,
all my produce. Yeah, all my
distributor?
distributors. So
Okay.
my food distributors, and you're talking about a $1 billion company, 1 billion.
Those are the big dogs, brother.
And I spent 6 hours with them playing golf that day.
What did he talk about?
I mean, we spoke about so many things. We spoke about the business. We spoke about the industry. We spoke about how other businesses are doing, how we're doing, what we can do to be better. And so even then, look, they're much older than me. This president is probably 50 something, 60 something years old. So I'm only 21.
Okay.
And it's just kind of pushing yourself to get to make conversation with people, open up those doors for yourself. And honestly, the opportunity is coming in. And I'll give another example off of that. I played golf with him, and I knew the Hispanic Heritage Fest was coming out. So I told him, I'm like, I would love for you guys to patronize the Hispanic Heritage event. It'd be great if you guys could do a little bit of a sponsorship with us, and provide a little bit for
They were there?
the event. They weren't there, but they sponsored it.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
in my mind, the thing I always say is the worst they could ever say is no.
Yeah.
And I've always been told that, and honestly, it's so true. If they say no, it's no. Okay.
Bro, but you'll be surprised how many doors are actually just waiting for you to just walk by.
Yeah.
Like,
Crazy.
you'll be super surprised. I've gotten deals that I didn't even think I could get. And, like, that, after that starts to happen, that mindset, you'll be on top of the world. You won't be scared of anything. But you have to get yourself out there. You got to learn how to speak. Like, that's a big one. You really got to learn how to speak. And I bet you it was kind of hard.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough because, I was super introverted. I didn't really know how to speak to people publicly, specifically people I didn't know the first time I met them. So I'm like, what type of conversations should I make
what
with
should I
people?
say?
What should I say?
Yeah.
What if they think I'm weird? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But don't think about that. Think about, this is another person. This is another person just like you. Speak to them normally. Even if it's the CEO of a company or even if it's a regular person. Speak to them like any other person, and you'll see the type of relationships you can build with people.
Yep. So, network. Either build a business, build on something so people can see you and reach out to you.
Yeah.
And the other thing I could say, Daniel, I would say, damn, I had it right in the tip of my tongue and it just disappeared. Is most of the time we know what could possibly get us to the next level, but we overthink things.
Yeah.
So you might know the opportunities that you need to take, but you probably need to hear it from somebody else.
Yeah.
It's intrusive thoughts. Don't overthink things. If you think something has the potential to do a little bit of something, just do it. What do you have to lose? You're young. I don't know how old you are. I'm assuming you're young. If you're a young guy, you have nothing to lose. The best time to do it is now. Bro, go for it. You take every single opportunity you can possible, bro.
And to go off of that, it's super important never to undervalue yourself.
Yeah.
That's something that's huge. Yeah. People really underestimate themselves and they're like, I'm not qualified enough for this. I don't know about this. This is that.
Bro, I hear that so much. I hear that a lot.
And it happens all the time. You don't know if you're underqualified, undervalued, blah, 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 until you actually do the job or actually do the things that you were going to say that you were going to do.
I'm about to get into a whole different topic, but I'm just going to touch on it, but we're just going to continue with the podcast. Self-manifestation, guys. Manifestation is huge. If you consistently talk negative about yourself, you're
negative things are going to happen.
Yeah, you're pushing yourself down.
Yeah.
No matter what position you are in life, always speak positive about yourself. Welcome the opportunities. Tell yourself that you're gonna be one of the best. You're gonna be one of the best. You will be one of the best. But if you keep telling yourself that you're not, that you're a loser, then you're gonna be a loser. You are a loser. If you tell me that you think you're a loser, then you're a loser.
Yeah, I completely agree. And at the same time, people will be like, "Oh, all these bad things happen to me," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bad things happen to everyone.
That's
it's just
normal.
kind of how you
life, bro.
how you manage that situation.
Yeah.
One thing I teach. I don't know if you want to get too deep into this, but I'm gonna talk about it for a second.
I mean, it's a podcast. Whatever. Let's go.
One thing that I specifically teach my staff is don't be pessimistic, be optimistic. So and see the positive things in each situation. So say you're taking an order and you take the food out and the food came out not like how the customer wanted, how the guest wanted. The guest could swear at you. The guest could say all these negative things to you,
Yeah.
and you could take it two ways. You could get upset, start crying, or you could be like, you know what? I'm gonna learn from this mistake, and I'm gonna make sure it never happens again in the future.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like they're probably having a bad day. It's okay. Like
Yeah, that's that too. But you have to learn from your
yeah.
mistakes. At
No,
the same
obviously,
time,
yeah.
You know?
You got to make that's number one. Learn from your mistake, but also know like you never know what people are going through.
Yeah, exactly.
But with that being said, guys, let's hop in right into it. No, we already know, right?
Perfect.
It's the art of dreaming big, right? This actually kind of falls into this because you need to dream big. The bigger you dream, the more opportunities you're gonna see.
100% agree.
Yeah.
100%
So
agree.
dream big, guys. Dream as big as possible. The bigger you ain't the
You
bigger
aim,
the
yeah.
goal, the like, guys.
I
lost
agree.
it.
I
lost
mean,
it.
I agree. I think for me personally, I always have big dreams, huge goals, and I have smaller goals for myself. And so in between that huge goal, I have little milestones I try to reach
Okay, I like that.
on that.
I like
So that's personally how I structure my life, per se. Say physically, I at one point I was 225 pounds, and right now I'm weighing in at 160 pounds. So
That's huge.
I was at this point where I was low in my life. I was weighing 225 pounds, and I'm like I really want to better myself. So I started taking it day by day. I'm gonna do 20 minutes of cardio, then I'm gonna do 30 minutes of cardio, 40 minutes of cardio, and then I got to the point where I was doing an hour of Stairmaster every single day. And that's when I truly lost all the weight. I started getting abs. I started feeling really positive about myself. But I had that big goal of, losing 50 pounds, which is a huge goal. But then if you take it step by step of, doing 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of cardio.
Do it little by little, like you'll get there. You'll chip away.
Eventually.
Yeah.
And it was a whole process for me, at least. It was about a year of working out of like to truly lose 50 pounds.
That was.
So you
that's
can't
a
expect to
lot.
do it in 2 months or 3 months. I mean, you
No.
could do it, but it wouldn't be healthy for yourself.
Yeah,
But
that's a big one. You got to be patient.
Yeah.
The bigger the goal, like the longer it's gonna take, but you got to be patient. If you're not patient, you're gonna suffer mentally.
and also not forgetting about your goals. I see a lot of people
Yeah.
that create new goals every single week, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But the thing is like always stay focused on what you want to do. So stay focused on this is my goal. I want to achieve it. What am I going to do to achieve it? Because at the end of the day, those are your personal goals. That's not nobody else's goals. No one's going to push you to do your own goals. It's yourself going to be pushing yourself to do your own goals.
You know what? Let's do an exercise because it's very important for you to have big goals, and I want them to be exact. I want you to exaggerate. Grab a notebook, and I want you to write at least 5. I was gonna say 10, but I'm gonna be nice to you. Write 5 big goals. I want a mansion. Like, well, what are the things? Just say I'm going to get a mansion, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a mansion. I'm going to get my Lamborghini, and I actually did this a while ago.
Yeah.
And I have it on my.
You have a dream board.
Yeah, I have a dream board. Yes.
Yeah.
So I wrote 10 of them down. I'm gonna get my mansion. I'm gonna get my Lamborghini. Whatever it is, 10 goals, super big, and on a separate sheet of paper, I want you to really write down everything that you're doing and make sure that all of the things that you are doing are related to that goal. Like going to the gym is gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you feel more motivated. It's helping to that goal. So you got to make sure that everything that you do every single day is kind of related to that, pushing you a little bit step closer.
One thing that I do that also helps me motivate that, like what you're talking about with the dream board,
Yeah.
is I make my dream board my wallpaper on my phone. So it's something I see every single day.
That's a
So
good
if
one.
you look at my wallpaper right now, you'll see I have an SF90 on my wallpaper. So that's a $500,000 car.
You see my laptop,
Yeah, your laptop's a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
So
Yeah.
those are things that you force yourself to see every single
Yeah.
day, and so you kind of have that type of motivation. It's like, okay, I really personally want this. I will do everything I can possibly to have it, and I'm not at the point where I have it yet, but I know I'll be there one day.
Yeah, bro. Like the point. Don't forget about your goal. The more you see it, the more. I don't know what it is. It's something about. It has to do something with
Manifestation,
manifestation. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, if you ever come into my room one day, there's sticky notes everywhere in my room that says 100,000 a month. That's one of my biggest goals right now. I want to make 100,000 a month. But obviously, I'm working my way up there. Like I'm tackling like. I'm going up, and that's all that matters. I'm not desperate. You gotta be patient, guys. Like, put sticky notes everywhere. Put it on your door, everywhere that you're gonna. Your car. I used to have them in my car. I had to take them out.
Yeah.
because they kept falling off.
I have the same type of things in my room, and the same type of motivation mentally for me at least. I'm someone that is very persistent and consistent with what I do.
Yeah.
So I always have those mental goals of for my business, how can I reach $300,000-$400,000 in sales every single month. Company wide, we do great sales. So the goal is always to do minimum $2 million in sales every single month, company wide. And so we have those goals and we reach the goals most of the time. But how do we get from 2 to 2.5 to 3? That's the question. So have always those goals of having those unreasonable numbers, those high numbers,
Yes.
and really
Yes.
on those $2 million that you make in sales, how much do you really want to make in profit?
Yeah.
And being realistic at the same time, because you need to be realistic. You have to have goals that are reasonable and unreasonable goals.
Bro, we were talking about the notebook. This is funny because I'm really big on writing like stuff down because you got to write it to put it out there, guys.
Yeah.
And I wrote 2 years ago, I'm gonna live by myself. I'm gonna have my apartment. I'm gonna have my dream car, which is the car that I have now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be living this type of life, so I'm not gonna be working this 9 to 5. Literally everything that I wrote 2 years ago is what I'm living right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I read it back and I'm like, wow,
yeah.
like literally. And I'm writing again like the next thing that I'm visualizing.
And it's good to do that as well because, see, you look back at it and you're like, oh shit, I could achieve my dreams. Well, if you don't write things down and don't look back, you're gonna be like, whoa, like if you do look back, you're gonna be like, wow,
It's possible.
I did that.
It's possible.
I did that.
Like I was there. I wish I was here, and now I'm here. I wrote it
Yeah.
down. Like you'll start to open up. Like
Your mind and everything
bro,
like that.
it's crazy. Like
because if you think right now, you're like, dude, I'm not even close to where I want to be.
Oh, no.
But if you look 2 years back, you're exactly where you want to be, and now
yes.
you have bigger goals and
Yeah.
bigger ambitions.
You're a lot closer than you want to be, like where you were at.
Exactly. So I think that's huge. I think that's huge opportunity for yourself and personal growth. And I think it's really important for you to be ambitious and have that mentality, that hustle mentality of, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. I'm not going to just do it for myself. I got to do it for my family. I got to do it for everybody else, because if I don't have the motivation for myself, I have the motivation for someone else.
Guys, don't be scared. Dream big. Be cocky about it. Just be an animal.
Exactly.
Just motivate. That's motivation. It's free motivation right there. Just thrive and just get some stuff done. Like this life is. I always hear life is short, whatever, but
it is. I mean, life is short. I mean, at the end of the day, you're never too old or too young to complete your dreams. And so, there's huge entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs that completed their goals when they're 21 years old. They had their first company when they're 21 years old. There's entrepreneurs that started the company when they're 60 years old. So it's never too late. It's never too late to complete your dreams as long as you try and aim for it. There's a lot of people that were never ambitious in their life, and when they're 50 years old, they're like, "Oh, I should really become ambitious, and I really want to do this for myself." And then you open up that opportunity to actually do what you want to do.
That's okay to be, but please, you don't want to wake up 50 years later and be like, "Oh damn, I wasted 50." You know how much stuff you could get done in 50 years.
And so there's a huge someone that's super inspirational around the world is David Goggins.
I love David Goggins.
So David Goggins says, I think in a podcast he said it. He said,
I know what you're about to
say. He said, I don't want to die one day, and then when I go up to heaven, God reads, motivational speaker, Navy SEALs, and then 185 pounds, jack, six-pack, multimillionaire, and then him be like, that's not me. I work in pest control. I'm 300 pounds.
You got the wrong guy.
And so God says, that's who you could have been.
Damn.
And it's crazy.
That's
it's
so
deep.
powerful.
It's deep because you can never limit yourself to your own goals and ambitions, because at one point he was just working in pest control. He was just 300 pounds, and now he's jacked. He has a great living. He motivates people every single day, and so it's really a lifestyle change.
Yeah. So their goals, but most importantly, you got to get to action, guys, because your goals are not just gonna work on themselves. You have to put in the work. So once you
do you want to talk about social media wise? Following your ambitions, having big goals, social media wise.
It could be the same thing for like life goals, but just put them on social media. Like have goals for you. Like this week I'm posting this amount. and live by that. Do it. Like this week, I'm posting 5 videos. Post 5 videos, no matter what it takes. It doesn't matter if the quality sucks. Just do it. Over time, once you get that, what is it? That routine.
The habit, yeah.
Yeah, that habit. Once you start building that habit, then you're gonna start to focus on the details. But it's okay. Like I know we always say like good quality, but be consistent. That's what we're doing right now with the podcast.
And I mean,
Regardless.
one thing that's huge is oh my god, I lost my thought.
Bro, I was ready. I was like, what is he about to
Tip
say?
of my tongue, dude.
Yeah.
I just lost my thought. Like you,
Bro,
like,
you reeled me in. Not the side eye. I saw the side eye.
Oh my god, I side eyed.
You were
I'm
like-
like, oh my god, wait, what was I gonna say? I had something really good to say, and then I lost that thought in my head. But oh my god, I always say I gotta get better at speaking, public speaking. Like I said before in the past, I'm pretty new to this, but I have the goals of becoming more professional with the way I speak with everybody and even on camera.
This is something that we actually could talk to them about.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we always watch our podcasts and we analyze ourselves and what things that we could do better. And we notice that we say a lot. It's something that we're working on. I forgot the name of this guy, but he was on TED Talk and he said, if you're gonna say just stay quiet.
Yeah.
It's best to say quiet than to say because you kind of look like you don't really know what you're saying.
Yeah, you look like you're not educated.
Yeah, like
I mean,
not
it's super important that you hold yourself to a high standard, and it's instead of saying nothing. I mean, instead of saying stupid stuff, you
Just
stay
be quiet. And you kind of honestly, built a little bit of mystery, so people want to keep listening to you.
Exactly.
But there's a tip that we're working, guys. As we're working on this, we're talking to you about stuff, but we're putting in the work behind here. We're realizing stuff that we could do differently, and this we're on
episode 4. Just wait till
Yeah.
we look at episode 100 and the way
Bro,
we speak at
I wonder
episode
what we're gonna
100.
be.
You know.
We're gonna be jacked, veins popping out. Everything.
We're
What
gonna
did
look
you
at
guys
Chris
do?
Bumstead. Chris Bumstead, look at that.
I fell on a steroid needle in the
Oh
gym.
my god, literally.
No,
But
never.
We
do that.
wanna eventually start doing these podcasts with other people. We have so many other people.
Oh yeah.
I was speaking to one of my friends. Shout out to Chris Lara. He's a
I love Chris.
big realtor all
Yeah.
over the state. He does commercial real estate, and he knows everybody. I think that if something I really admire off of him is he's such a great speaker with everyone, and he knows everybody. He knows everybody, and he loves everyone.
I get really good vibes from Chris.
And
Shout out to Chris.
yeah, shout out to Chris. And honestly, I think he's opened a lot of opportunities for himself for being that way, of getting to know people.
Yeah.
There's been situations where I know someone that he doesn't know. He's like, introduce me. Or I'll go introduce myself. And
That's
I think
huge.
he's opened so many opportunities for himself being that way. And, since I've seen that, I've been wanting to do it myself as well. And I have been doing it myself as well. And so
You're not gatekeeping. You're
exactly. The door's
like
open
that.
for yourself,
Bro, this is
sun,
round
right?
round number 2 with the sun. Guys, it's every podcast with the sun.
Yeah. You had another talking point, right? Or no?
We had a few things, but
Yeah.
okay. So you got overcoming fear and self-doubt when pursuing big dreams.
Oh, I love that.
That's a big one.
That's huge. Fear is your number one enemy.
Yeah,
Fear is your number one enemy.
but it's all mental. It's all in the mind.
It's all mentality. It's everything, like you just said. I think fear is what's going to destroy your dreams, and you can never be too afraid to follow your dreams. At the end of the day, you're going to fail. That's going to happen every single time. You're going to fail. You might fail 100 times before you succeed, but you will eventually succeed at one point, and so you have to make sure you attempt your dreams and do everything in your will to make that possible.
Absolutely. You do not be scared of anything, guys, because this is life. Life is scary. There's going to be a lot of things. Even at the higher levels, everything's going to be scary. There's always going to be things, but you just got to think about that. You really got to think about yourself. You know your self-worth. You're going to get to where you want to be regardless, and you just got to really be confident about yourself and know that, yeah, there are little hurdles right here, but I'm going to get to it. Just those hurdles are just going to make you stronger.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like I said earlier, it's super important for you to have small goals for yourself.
Yeah.
So, instead of having just the goal of like, oh, I want a $1 billion company, be like, okay, let me get to.
Should we give an example of like small goals so people know that
Yeah,
what we're
of
talking
course.
about? So like going to the gym, would that you consider that a small goal?
100%. I mean, keeping yourself physically active is
Yeah.
super important for yourself. I think all great entrepreneurs have self discipline. So they do. They know. I don't think they do have self discipline, and so they most of the time entrepreneurs are very fit because they have that discipline for themselves and that image for themselves.
Bro, I just read somebody's mind in the comment. There's nobody commenting, but they're like, how can I build that? How would somebody be able to build that?
Build what? The discipline.
Yeah, like you just said, they have a lot of discipline because a lot of people watching probably want to be an entrepreneur, but how can they build that discipline in them?
I mean, at the end of the day, no one's gonna motivate yourself. No one's gonna motivate you. You have to motivate yourself. And so most of the time when you go to the gym per se, it's not because someone's motivating you, it's because you're sick and tired of your situation and you want to do something about it. At the end of the day, it's the same thing with business. You have to be sick and tired of where you're at and want to improve for you to improve. Because at the end of the day, no one's gonna put a gun to your head and be like, improve. No, this is not how life works. Life works differently. Life works like I'm sick and tired of being 225 pounds. I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna get to 150 or 160.
Bro, and that's how I got disciplined.
Yeah.
The way I get disciplined is you got to create a strong why. And I've always been behind this strong why. And my strong why was like, I don't want to be like everybody else. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to be like everybody else. If they're all doing this, I'm going to go the other way.
Yeah.
And that was a strong why to me. Like, that was my biggest motivation. Bro, I love going to the gym when it's raining because there's nobody at the gym.
Yeah.
And I know I was like, nobody's willing to do this, but I'm in the gym. Bro, I'm winning.
It's the best.
I'm winning.
The
That
best.
bro, have a strong why, and you're gonna have endless motivation. You just gotta find what is the reason what's the reason that's gonna motivate? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to retire your parents? Or analyze your life. What are the things that you truly want that you want to give out, or things that you? Am I making sense?
No, 100%. And I want to talk about something else too. Is at the same time, they say comparison. You should never compare yourself to anybody else.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
But actually, that's something I do all the time. I compare myself to everybody
But
else
in what way?
in a
What way?
positive way.
Okay.
In a positive way. You have to use comparison as a positive way. So I'll look at other people in the industry, in the restaurant industry, and I'm like, really, I really want to be there. I really want to achieve the goals. I really want to achieve the level of excellence that they have. Yeah. And so there's this huge hospitality company called Noble 33. I believe they're one of the top hospitality groups in the whole world. They have really perfected what it comes to hospitality every single time I've gone to the restaurants. I use them and I'm like, wow, I really want to be there. I feel sad for a little bit because I'm like, I'm not there, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to start here. I got to start there. I got to start here. I got to start there. So I can eventually say I can compete with them or I'm better than them.
I can kind of relate to that. Like, you'll see somebody doing that or doing what you want to really do. But that's like a motivation to me because I was like, we're all equal, bro. We're all human. Yeah. And if somebody's able to do it, that means I can do it. If I see somebody doing something that I want, I'm like, oh, it's possible. I'm going to do it. Yeah. Like, if he's doing it, I'm doing it. And I'm going to make sure. And I'm going to analyze everything. I'm like, what? You can do all this thing different? I'm going to do everything possible to do it differently to get there. Yeah. Or better.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think comparison is very healthy at the end of the day. I don't think people say comparison is very deadly to your mental state. I think I take it as the other way. It could be as the way you take it. You have to take comparison as a way of motivation, and not as a way of being judgmental or pessimistic about the situation, because people can compare themselves and be like, oh, that guy's jacked. I'm this fat guy. I'm this fat pig. No, just be like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself jacked. I'm gonna get to that point one day, and I think that's huge for your mental capacity, especially business-wise. I do that all the time. I'm like, well, I see this company does $100 million in sales in a year. I'm like, wow. I only do a fraction of that, but I'm going to get to the point where I do that type of numbers as well.
Bro, when I had my fitness page, I used to see a lot of people that looked at what I was doing with my page, especially like around the gyms that I was at. I'm not going to say no names or anything. And they would get super motivated. Like, they would talk to me like, Louis, wow, I want to do this. And then they'll start posting videos. But then it would start to get to them. Yeah. Like, they'll start to see, like, my rise as, like, they'll get unmotivated.
Their downfall.
Yeah, like
horrible.
They're comparing themselves to what I was doing. Yeah. and it was sabotaging them, but they were doing it in a negative way.
Yeah.
And then they will completely stop posting or anything. Even with me telling them, like, yo, keep posting, like, this is gonna pop out, boom, 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 boom. They see me, they're like, dude, you're doing so good. How are you doing so good? And then they just overthink it, and then,
Boom, it's done. Yeah, they're dead.
what the hell?
Exactly. And I think you have to understand that there's different steps to life, and you might be at step 1 while someone else is at step 10.
Yeah.
And so you have to take those necessary steps to get to where they're at. They
Yeah.
didn't get it overnight either.
No.
So they didn't get the fame overnight. They had to work hard for it. And you have to understand the same thing as business-wise. You can't expect a $100 million company to be like, oh, they built that in a week. No, they built that years after years
Absolutely.
after years
Yeah.
and hard work, hard nights, you know.
Learning new things.
Learning from your mistakes,
Yeah.
you know. There's going to be situations in business where, you know, you really feel down, per se. We've had lawsuits in the past. You know, that's something about business that you have to accept. That's going to happen to you eventually. But learning from your situations to make sure that those situations
How to
don't happen
prevent them,
again.
how to get
How
rid-
to
yeah.
prevent them, you know, being smart, and then avoiding those situations as soon as possible. But, you know, that's something that's a hole in the road. You know, it's
Yeah.
gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. But you have to just jump over it, or, you know, fix your mistakes and fix
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It all started with the dream. All
started
starts
with
with the
it.
dream. Dream big, guys. You got to dream really big. And don't be scared, and you don't have to tell your dreams. In fact, don't tell your dreams to anybody. Keep this
Yeah.
a secret. Keep this between you, because a lot of people are probably going to have a smaller dream than yours, and they're going to
That's
look
huge.
at your dream
That's
like,
that's huge. What you just said.
Yeah.
Keep your dreams to yourself.
Yeah.
That is huge
Yeah.
because, you know, people are gonna be like, oh, you know, you said your dream was to do $1 million a month.
yeah,
You're not even doing $100 a month. Blah blah blah. You're not even doing $1,000 a
exactly,
month.
yeah,
And so there's always gonna be haters, and those are gonna be people that can dismotivate you, unmotivate you. While if you keep it to yourself and you just work in the background, work in the dark.
Yeah.
And then you show up and you're $1 million company.
Yes.
You're like, holy
bro.
shit!
You,
How we get there?
that would feel so much better than telling them in that moment, because even if it doesn't affect you,
Yeah.
you're still. It's like that manifestation again. You're putting that negative manifestation. It's best that nobody knows what the hell you're doing, and then you come back 6 months later and they're like, "What the fuck just happened? Who
Yeah.
are you, dude?"
What happened to you?
That is such a
literally.
better feeling, bro. Like you don't even realize.
And
like,
don't do it for anybody else but yourself at the end
Yeah,
of the
do it
day.
for
You know,
yourself.
do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your
Yeah.
health. At the end of the day, it's something that you want to do, and at the end of the day, that's the only person that's going to be motivating you.
Yeah.
Motivating you daily is yourself, and that's it. You know, Luis and I are motivating each other to do these podcasts every single week. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
we might be tired. Mostly you for editing, but, you know, I'm
Dude, I
tired
don't-
business wise. But you're
Yeah.
like, you know, fuck it, let's do it.
no, dude, I'm 100% in. Like when I'm in, I'm in.
There you
I'm
go.
already in.
There you go.
But with that being said, because I see we got like 6 minutes left. I feel like this was great.
The
Like everything was
outro.
great.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions or anything that you guys want to say, for us to say about on the next podcast, write it down below.
Yeah.
We're really curious and we really value what you guys have to say, and that's the first thing that we're gonna be mentioning in the podcast. Your comments.
And remember, you could always comment us on our socials as well at your
Yeah,
page.
yeah.
So
I always in the description of
Yeah.
the YouTube video.
Oh, perfect.
Our handles are there.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be in every single video.
yeah, contact us there from Instagram or TikTok, or even
Yeah.
you know, I have LinkedIn. If you want to contact me from LinkedIn, it'd be a great opportunity.
I need
as
a
well.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, you download LinkedIn, man. You meet a lot of people there.
No, but yo, it was really fun. I really enjoyed this talk today.
Yes, sir.
I hope you guys write down your dreams and make it seem impossible. It's not gonna be possible.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be impossible.
Have short-term and long-term
Yeah.
dreams, you guys. Make sure
Write
you
your big ones
dream
first.
big. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Write your dream big ones, and then
Yes.
write your smaller ones in
Yes.
between.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the episode number 5.
Yes, sir. Episode number
Peace.
5. Peace.
Peace, guys. Oh, stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay
We can't
focused, you
forget.
guys. All right.